What's going on, folks? This is Coach Marcus Pro Fan Talk. Just got finished watching the Iowa and Nebraska game. It was a good game. Caitlin Clark had a good game. Everybody thought she was going to break the record. I thought she was probably going to break the record, but it seemed like, maybe it's just me, but it seemed like going into the fourth quarter, she stopped scoring, stopped attacking, and was trying to distribute the ball to everybody else. And sometimes they were scoring. Most times they weren't. She was shut out the fourth quarter. It was one stretch. It had to be at like 5 minutes. They were stuck on 71 points for the longest time, and like nobody was scoring. Taking bad shots. They couldn't buy a bucket, and they allowed Nebraska to inch back, tie the game, take the lead, and ultimately win the game. So that was a very sloppy fourth quarter. The end game was very sloppy. I don't know why she didn't attack more and try to take more shots. But Nebraska came back. They took that game back and they stole it from Iowa. Iowa should have been in control of that game. Like right now I'm watching the South Carolina game. South Carolina is up by a lot and they've just gone on a 9-0 run. So that's the difference between teams that are just taking teams out, putting your foot on their neck and just taking them out the game. And starting that fourth quarter, I believe Nebraska was down by 14. And they just kept inching back. And for whatever reason, Iowa went on that stretch and they couldn't score a bucket. Caitlin Clark was 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. So technically, she should have had, in my opinion, she should have been close to 40 points today. But she just stopped attacking and stopped creating her shots in the fourth quarter. At least that's what I see. A lot of people are going to say, was she trying to hold back so she could break the record? She 8 points from the record. And in my opinion, again, she could have got them 8 points. But that's the flow of the game. Credit Nebraska for putting the kibosh on Iowa in that fourth quarter. Because they had opportunities. People were missing shots. They had open shots and they just wasn't hitting. And then they forced Caitlin Clark to take a ugly shot late in the fourth quarter to tie. And it just didn't fall. It was an awkward shot. Good job by their defense, not giving her the clean look that she needed. And they stole that game, man. They stole that game. So, it'll be interesting to see how people play because just like in football, you're going to look at the games where teams beat them up. And teams are going to study the fourth quarter of the Nebraska game going into March Madness. Because they're going to see, like, well, what did Nebraska do to shut them down? So, but it was a good game. Nebraska came back and just put it on them, man. Put it on them. I thought I was going to have that game in hand. Shelley from Nebraska, 23 points, 50% from the field, 4 for 4 with free throws. So they matched their intensity in the fourth quarter and they stole the game. They stole that game. There's no way you got your opponent down 14 points. You're in their house and you got them down 14 points and you can't finish the deal. So, yeah. They got a couple weeks to figure stuff like that out because when you're ranked the number 2 team in the country, you're supposed to shut them down, period. You're supposed to shut them down, extend the lead. I thought that should have been like anywhere between a 10 to 15 point win. But it wasn't. Nebraska came back, took that game away from Iowa, and they won the game at home. So great game by Nebraska, sloppy by Iowa in the fourth quarter. So we'll see what's next. Looks like she probably will. She needs 8 points to break Kelsey Plum's record, and obviously that's going to happen at home. So we'll see then. All right, I'm out.